So today, we're going to dive deep into a really powerful passage from the Quran. It's one that takes a core concept in religious history, the whole idea of a chosen people, and completely reframes it. This is a journey that might just reshape how you think about faith, lineage, and what divine favor really means.
And really, it all boils down to this one question. Is being chosen by God a birthright, something you just inherit, or is it all about your actions, your beliefs, your choices? The Quran's answer isn't just a simple yes or no. It's a revolution in thinking. So let's break down how it builds its case, step by step.
All right, let's kick things off in the second chapter of the Quran, Surah Al-Baqara. It starts with a direct address to the children of Israel. But listen, this isn't just any message. It's an echo, a warning that's being repeated for a very, very specific reason.
So, right off the bat, the Quran acknowledges history. It recognizes that, yes, a special status was once given to the children of Israel. Now, this isn't about erasing the past. Not at all. It's about setting the stage for a crucial warning that's about to change everything.
And then, boom, the warning hits. It's this stark reminder about the day of judgment, a day where your family name, who you know, your worldly status, none of it is going to help you. The message, it's simple, but it's incredibly profound. On that day, you stand alone. You are accountable only for your own actions.
Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting. These two verses you see here, they're an exact, word-for-word repetition from way earlier in the same chapter. In the Quran, that's not just for emphasis. It's a literary technique. It's like, after a long, detailed discussion, this repetition comes in to seal the argument. It's the final word, the mic drop. So what's the big takeaway here? What's the point of this repetition? Well, it's hammering home a massive theme. Salvation is earned, not inherited. After telling all these stories of miracles and rebellions, the final verdict is crystal clear. It's your piety, your personal righteousness, not your pedigree, that truly matters. All right, so to really drive this point home, the Quran brings in a major figure, a patriarch who is revered by Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike, Abraham. His life becomes the ultimate case study, the story that's going to redefine leadership forever. And folks, this verse right here, it's a total game changer. Abraham's leadership status is earned through trials. It's not just given to him. And when he asks, hey, what about my kids, my descendants? The answer he gets is basically, well, it depends. Leadership, the Quran is telling us, is a conditional contract.
The word the Quran uses here is imam, for leader, and the message is just unmistakable. This is a meritocracy of faith. Abraham became a leader for all of humanity, not because of who he was, but because of what he did. He passed the divine tests, these kalamat, and that's how he earned his place.
Seriously, just pause for a second and let that line sink in. My covenant does not include the wrongdoers. This single line completely shatters the idea of an unconditional, inherited, chosen status. It's a spiritual challenge being thrown down. If you're a wrongdoer, the covenant is off the table. Your bloodline is no shield.
Okay, so leadership has been completely reframed. Now the Quran pivots. It takes us on a journey, shifting our focus away from a specific group of people to a universal place of worship. And guess who our guide is? Abraham once again.
And where does it take us? To Mecca, to the Kaaba. This sacred house, the Quran says, was built by Abraham himself. It was meant to be a spiritual center for all of humanity, a beacon for all people, that, it argues, predates everything else.
And what's fascinating is that even Abraham, in his prayer, kind of tries to link worldly success with faith. But God's response? It's a masterclass in divine justice. He says, look, the good things in this world, comfort, provision, enjoyment, that's for everyone, believer and disbeliever alike. It's all part of the test. But salvation? That's a different story entirely.
So let's step back. What's the Quran really doing here? It's making a huge move. First, it establishes the Kaaba as the original universal heart of worship, and at the same time, it draws this incredibly sharp line between temporary success in this world and eternal security in the next.
And this brings us to what is, really, the climax of this entire narrative. It all comes down to a single prayer from Abraham, a prayer that's going to echo through the centuries and lay down a blueprint for a world-changing spiritual legacy.
And this is a huge turning point. Abraham and his son Ishmael pray to be Muslims. And we need to talk about that word. In this context, it just means those who submit themselves to God. And they pray for a Muslim nation to come from their descendants, a nation defined not by blood, but by a shared submission to God. And here's the absolute kicker. The Quran isn't talking about starting some new religion here. Muslim is presented as a timeless description, a state of being. It's the original faith of Abraham, of Moses, of Jesus, of every single prophet who submitted themselves to the one God.
Okay, it's time to put the final crucial piece of this puzzle into place and see how this whole prophetic story comes to a stunning conclusion.
This verse, right here, is the absolute culmination of that prayer. Abraham asks for a very specific messenger from the people of Mecca. And he doesn't just ask for a prophet, he lays out the exact job description for this future leader.
And what a mission it is, right? It's broken down into 3 core tasks: recite the revelations from God, teach the scripture and its inner wisdom, and, crucially, purify the people. This isn't just a mission, it's a divine blueprint laid out thousands of years in advance.
And this is the incredible connection the Quran makes. In a completely different chapter, it describes the mission of the Prophet Muhammad using the exact same words. You just can't deny the parallel. The Quran is arguing this isn't a coincidence. It's the direct, word-for-word fulfillment of that ancient prayer.
And just like that, the circle is complete. The Quran is arguing that the arrival of Prophet Muhammad isn't some new beginning or a random event, it's the long-awaited answer to an ancient prayer, the culmination of a prophetic lineage based on submission to God, not on bloodline.
So, let's recap. What have we actually seen here? The Quran has essentially performed what we can call an Abrahamic reset. It's redefined divine favor as a covenant of righteousness that's open to literally anyone. It's established that true leadership is earned through faith and submission, not passed down through your family. And it presents itself not as a new religion, but as the restoration of Abraham's original universal faith.
And that leaves us with a pretty profound question to think about. If faith is really about our actions and our submission, not our name or our ancestry, then what does it even mean to be chosen today? Is it a title we inherit, or is it a path we actively choose to walk every single day? The Quran's answer is clear. The question is, what's ours?